coaches, Chaz Pivot here from Baseball Rebellion. So as we've moved into the new facility, we've had a lot more parents and a lot more coaches coming in to do extra work with their hitters. And I wanted to talk about something that's extremely important for their development, how you throw batting practice. So first, let's talk about the setup. You want the L screen. This is a straight screen, but you know what an L screen looks like, sticks out. You want the L screen set up to where the pole of the screen is just to the right of center of the plate if you're a right-handed hitter or thrower. If you're a lefty, it'd be over here more, just to the left of the center of the plate. Now the reason I say that, okay, is because you are going to be standing completely behind the screen. I can't say that more clearly. Completely behind the screen. I see way too many parents like out here, flipping it in like this. Absurd. You're going to get hurt, you're going to get hit, and it's going to hurt your child's development because you're not going to be accurate, because you're not going to be confident in how you're throwing and whether or not you're safe. So, more setup stuff. Once you've got the L screen placed, we got to get the balls on the throwing hand side, completely behind the screen. We don't want a bucket standing out here. It's going to ricochet off the bucket. It could break the bucket. It could hit you, go back and hit the hitter. We just don't want that. Now, once you've got everything set up, all right, what we're looking for is a firm toss, and we're looking to give some repeatable rhythm to the hitter based off your delivery. So, if you're standing right here, you're too close. There's no way you can throw. You've got to make sure you give yourself some room to move. Again, completely behind the screen, step, throw. Now, we're looking for firm batting practice. When I say firm, I don't mean you're crow hopping and chucking at your kid as hard as you can. What I mean is you've got to give them a straighter toss, because that's going to give a much more realistic pitch plane that they're going to see at high school, middle school, little league, in their games. That's what we want. If you're lobbing it in, you're going to get this big uppercut. And while some people probably think that's what we want, we don't want that huge uppercut. We want to match the pitch plane, and we're going to give your hitter the most opportunity to make the most contact. And how you throw BP is a huge determining factor in that. So I'm going to give you a couple throws here. All right, so I'm holding the ball, four-seam grip. We're not just grabbing it and chucking it. Four-seam grip, that means all of my fingers are touching the seam. Ring, pointer, middle, and thumb, four seams. And I'm just going to step and throw. So right here, I am completely behind the entire screen. And this L part of the screen shouldn't be protecting you, really. Because if you're throwing behind the screen properly, again, your whole body's here, step, throw. Good firm BP, making sure that you're giving your hitter timing, arm action, a rhythmic delivery over and over so they can have the best opportunity. The last thing I want to mention before I go is once you're done with your BP or between rounds, you don't want to be coaching while you're throwing. Your job is to throw the ball straight and accurately. So if a hitter's constantly, reaching for everything or jumping out of the way, obviously that's not perfect. Now I know you're not a professional BP thrower probably if you're watching this, so you're going to be wild some. Pick a target on the net or behind the net, like the bottom of a chair or somebody's shoe behind you, or even set something back there that you can throw at, like a tee, and focus right on that target. Don't try to coach and throw. Just throw. Be there to have fun with your hitter. Give your hitter the best BP, and that's the best coaching you can possibly do. And I wanted to go over two different ways to throw front toss that I think are extremely important that you know how to do, okay? First off, I see a lot of coaches throwing front toss where they're standing. This is not how we do it here at Baseball Rebellion, but it is a way to do it. And just like BP stuff, you want to give yourself enough room back from the cage to give yourself a walkthrough that you can be consistent. It's almost like bowling. So you want to kind of go right, left, throw, okay? And that's what we're looking for, right, left, throw. Just like BP, right, left, throw. Now, we do front toss this way. We sit, okay, and we put the bucket between our legs, and we give ourselves at least 2 feet off the L string. If you're sitting like this, and you're trying to toss, you're going to get hit. This L screen is not made of metal. It's net. It moves. So let's be smart, and let's give ourselves some room. So what we're looking for, again, is a 4-seam grip, okay? And a lot of parents, they really lean out like this, and they flip the ball, and they're floating it in. And some of that's because, coaches, I know you're not a confident tosser, but you're not a confident tosser because you're not trained. So let's fix it. Let's give your hitter a great opportunity to get a ton of positive reps in, make your practices or your time with your hitters much more efficient. Because if there's a bunch of balls sitting at the back of the cage instead of this side of the cage because you've thrown a bunch of balls, that's not what we want. We want strikes, we want firm strikes, and we want strikes that are similar to a game. So, what we're looking for, 4-seam grip, you want to slow arm swing back, and then speed up into release. Okay? Slow arm swing back, go. Now, you'll notice with my hand, I'm giving you a little bit of a flip action with my hand here. That gives the ball a little bit of spin, make it go a little straighter. If your wrist is very stiff, you're going to get this really awkward deceleration of your arm. You pull a muscle in your back, you can get really, really sore. So what you want to do is just be much, much looser, almost like bowling, as I said before. So arm back, flip the wrist. Arm back, flip the wrist. You're not trying to coach and toss. Toss 5 or 6, talk to your hitter. If you have something to say it then. But instead of trying to look at the hitter and toss, which is extremely hard to do, you gotta pick a target, focus on that target, and do your best to give the hitter every opportunity to make good and repeated swings on the ball without having to jump out of the way or take a bunch of pitches. Now my entire body's behind the screen, obviously, and you shouldn't have to lean way out to throw. Like right now, my whole head's outside the screen. It's very easy to get hit that way. Obviously, we don't want to do that. So you want to have a slight lean, okay? Slight lean and toss. So my head is squarely behind the screen, and the screen setup is important too. Very similar to batting practice, you want the pole of your arm side just over the middle of the plate, either, I guess, away from a left-hand hitter for a righty or away from a right-hand hitter for a lefty, okay? So this allows my head to be right on the kind of white line of the batter's box on the left-handed inside corner because I'm a right-handed thrower, and that's when I go back and flip firm. Back, flip firm. Make it easy, make it positive, make it efficient, and make your hitters better.